I came in feeling like I need some inner healing that I couldn't really articulate what it was for. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So then, within whatever range of comfortability you're able to share, can you provide any details about what happened during the ministry time and what the Lord did?
Yeah, sure. So I met with Ali and Cheryl, and they've never prayed for me before, which was actually, it was good. Um, yeah, so I just told them sort of my history, and I've had a couple of broken marriages. I've suffered from depression. I've looked back on my life, and I've had huge issues, and I'm functional now, and God's done amazing work in my life, but I just have always had this feeling like I'm not good enough. Um, there's something wrong with me. That sort of feeling has always been in the background. So that's something I've struggled with. So yeah, that was my presenting problem that I shared with them. Yeah.
So I'm not good enough and kind of trying to address those lies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then what happened during the prayer appointment? Do you feel like there was breakthrough? Did the Holy Spirit say something? Like what can you share in that area?
So anyway, Holy Spirit brought up a memory from my early teens that was a bit traumatic for me. And Ellie's like, oh, we could pray into that, but I feel like there's more, there's something else. And so she said, oh, look, ask the Holy Spirit to bring up a memory from earlier. So I did. I'm like, okay, Lord, what do you want to deal with? And it was amazing. Like I had this full-on vision of me as a little baby, and I was born a breech birth, and it was a complicated birth, and they put me in the special care nursery for about 3 or 4 days, and I didn't see my parents, and I was just there, and they're being cared for by doctors and nurses, and yeah, so I just had this vision, which I've never had prayer for, and so they prayed into that, and yeah, invited Jesus to show me where he was in that space. And I'm seeing myself in the cot, in this nursery with bright lights, and just I could feel it. I could feel like I was, confused. What's wrong with me? Where, there's no one really caring for me. What's happening to me? And then I could see Jesus. It was like he was standing over in the corner of the room, and so yeah, Ali said, oh, we invite Jesus to come closer. And so I had this beautiful encounter with Jesus when he just came over, and I saw him pick me up and cradle me in his arms and just gazed. I get a bit teary. Yeah, just gazed into my eyes, and I just felt like this love just pouring into me, and it was just so beautiful. And he just spoke to me, and just told me, really just broke off the lies, like, you are precious, you are loved, you're accepted, there is nothing wrong with you, you are not rejected. And just really, I just really felt amazing. Like it was, and yeah, after that encounter, I really felt tight in my chest. And so I said, oh, I'm just feeling this tightness in my chest. And so Ali and Cheryl, started casting out demons. And it sounds weird, but it literally happens. So they cast out spirits of rejection, confusion, sadness, familiar spirits. And I was coughing and retching, very undignified. I didn't care. and then it all left easily, and then it was this joy came upon me, and I just burst into laughter, and they were laughing, and just this beautiful joy of the Holy Spirit, and I just felt complete. Like I felt loved, I felt accepted, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd had this ministry years ago, but Jesus brings things up when you're ready, and when you need them. So it was amazing, and it was all done in 1 hour. And after the session, I just went away and put on worship music, and it's like, oh, I just feel so free and so happy and so loved and complete. So that was my experience. It was amazing.